You need to have a competitive problem. So Michael Jordan is well known to have said he has a competitive problem. And if you look at his record, then you might want to have a competitive problem too. So what do I mean by a competitive problem? Well, being competitive means to be driven, to be ambitious. And sometimes, in competition, that means you do have to compare yourself to others, but in a good way. It's not comparing yourself saying, oh, they're better than me, they're more talented, they're more successful, more natural ability. It's really looking at them and seeing what can you model of people that are seemingly better than you, what can you copy? And then what can you improve on? What are they doing that you're not? How are they preparing? What is their mindset? And what is their attitude? How many hours do they put in to practice? What kind of coaches are they seeing? Are they just seeing a sports psychologist? Are they just seeing their football coach, soccer coach, tennis coach? Or are they seeing other coaches outside of that? Are they seeing a mindset coach, maybe a therapist, a hypnotherapist, whatever it is? So they're taking a lot of this into their own hands because they're highly competitive. And I do know Michael Jordan didn't just have a basketball coach. He sought other coaches outside of basketball to help improve his game. So he took that upon himself. He took ownership because he had that competitive spirit. He didn't want to leave any stone unturned, and he took matters into his own hands, as well as relying on the team as well. So having that competitive spirit, it also lifts the team. He set the standards and expectations, so it lifted his teammates. He was competitive with his opposition, the opposition teams and players, even the press, and members of his own club or team. So you've got to be competitive. And I've created a program called Compete with Confidence. Okay, so you've got to be competitive, but you can't be competitive if you're not truly confident. And you've heard me talking about fear impacts confidence. So it's not just the fear, it's the fuel for the fear. And I'll go quickly over that again. So if you have a fear, let's say a fear of failure, and it kind of overwhelms you, you can't perform to your best, you're great in practice, and then when you get out on the big stage, everybody's watching you, there's a big expectation, huge weight on your shoulders, and this fear kicks in and all the emotions associated with it, the panic, the freeze, the fight, the flight, the heavy breathing, the sweating. So you can't perform to your best. And then you feel like you've let everybody down. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you don't perform to your best. So that's the fear. But what I talk about is there's fuel for fear. So imagine if fear is like fire, that's bad enough. But if you put fuel on the fire, it gets out of control, it rages, it combusts, causes carnage. And the fuel for fear is things like anxiety and limiting beliefs, like you just don't think you're good enough. So there's, and even just negative thoughts or feelings. So, and these all come from beliefs from a lot of them come from, younger, as you were developing as a child, and your subconscious mind is helping you form different ideas about the world due to your firsthand experience of it. Okay. And how you witnessed it. So you have these, everybody's got fuels, but it's different. Everybody's got different amounts of fuel that fuels these fears, and everybody's got different styles of fear. As I said, you've got a fight, flight, or freeze response, and there's even a fawn, which is slightly different. But everybody's got them to different degrees, but it's really, what really matters is how it affects you personally. So you can identify what the fear is, and you can identify the fuels for the fear. So just removing the fuels or minimizing them is going to massively help you, and even understanding the fear itself. So that's what I talked about before. You can check out a previous